Good morning. It's just a few minutes before 9:30. So as you are arriving and setting up and getting ready to join me today, April 7th. Okay, so I'm so grateful to have you here. So just come in when you can. And today, look what I've got. A chair. Yes, so if you have any kind of a folding chair or dining room chair, something preferably with a relatively straight back, if you can. And if it has arms, it's okay. It just doesn't, we don't want anything too soft. Okay, if you can. This is, we're going to spend like the first maybe third of the class using the chair as an option because a lot of us, sometimes we just don't feel like sitting on the floor. Sometimes it's not convenient to sit on a floor, and sometimes it isn't comfortable. Okay, so often a lot of people out there don't do yoga because they see these fancy poses and they feel like if they can't get up and down and all that, maybe you have knee issues or knee replacements, hip issues, hip replacements. So if any of those are issues, chair yoga is fabulous. Okay, but it's just a great thing to do. Okay, so go ahead and let me find the time. I have to look at my smartphone, but hopefully some of you are coming. I see some of you are joining. Thank you. So just to repeat, okay, we're going to use chair behind me. This is not a pretty good chair, considering most chairs that we sit in aren't really made for us to sit in. They look great, they're very decorative, but when you go to sit, they don't really support our posture and our alignment. So something else, just in my past life when I was in corporate, I had a wonderful chair with the company I was with. It was ergonomic when that started becoming really popular. It had all the right support, but it wasn't proper where my desk. I was in a cubicle, so I couldn't use it properly. And I came to yoga from back issues. Okay, low back. I was pretty fortunate most of my life, but then I started having, from all the sitting, lots of sitting can really exacerbate low back issues. And I think a lot of us are doing a lot of sitting right now, sitting in front of the computer, in front of the TV, and so forth. So I want to show you ways to get back in touch with your proper alignment and support that alignment so you don't get backaches. And again, to repeat, you don't always have to be sitting on the floor with the legs crossed in like a lotus position, okay? It's fine. If you're sore, you're tired, or if you know someone who has had hip or knee replacements, or it's just arthritis maybe, or just balance issues, getting up and down, chairs are wonderful. Okay, so grab a chair, I hope, or if you want to do this sitting on the floor with blankets and support, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to show you lots of possibilities. Okay, so you can keep your socks on if your feet are cold. And I'm going to go back without socks and get set up for you. Okay, so get comfortable. I'm going to show you the proper even way to sit in even this kind of a chair. Okay, chairs. So first of all, because we're all a little different proportionally, but chairs aren't. They are typically built a certain height, and it doesn't always work for our anatomy. If you happen to be short or short-waisted, okay, when you sit in a chair, your feet may dangle, or you won't even touch the floor. And you want to get so your feet are flat on the floor. My feet are flat. I'm going to back up just a little. Flat on the floor, just like mountain pose, okay? Now, if you can't do that, you need to put something under your feet. You can put books, you can put a little bench, you can put blankets. Okay. Ah, perfect. You can put a bolster. You can use blocks. Whatever you have, level, feet flat. And you want your knees over your heels. Knees over the heels so you have the proper support. Okay? Also, your hip sockets, which are right in here, should be just about the same height level as your knees. Okay? Not a lot lower because that'll start to strain this area, and not too high. Also, I want you to sit, if you're in a chair, a little bit away from the back of the chair, okay? So that you have to use your muscles. You have to use your alignment to support yourself. Okay, so I'm going to turn sideways so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Then I'll turn back and we'll do some different movements and stretches here. Okay, I just want to show you a side view, okay? While you get set up. Okay, so turn sideways this way. Okay, so see how this back is curved? Most curves of chairs, and boy, if you've ever been on an airplane, you really know. I don't know who they build those seats for, but not for us. So sit about maybe halfway away from the back of the chair. Make sure your feet are flat. See how my feet are flat? My knees are about the same height as my hip sockets, so I'm not dragging down. Then I'm in a neutral pelvis. So last Thursday, I talked about cat and dog tilt. Remember, your hips can only be 3 positions. Neutral, so think of the bowl that isn't going to spill. Or overextending, that's hyperextending. When I was in my corporate life, this is what I did because I was too far away from my desk. So I was always hyperextending, and that's what brought my low back pain. Well, it wasn't pain, discomfort, plus a weak core, and we'll talk about core. The other is slumping. Okay, this is the cat. So cat is great in certain poses, but not when you're sitting, okay? And a lot of chairs, you sit down, or sofas are really soft, and we just kind of melt into them, and we slump, and we just get really comfortable, and then we get up, and we're miserable because we've overstretched. Cat overstretches the lumbar, the low back. And overstretching over time, then you have a different kind of backache. Plus, when you do this, computer, iPhone, whatever, this rounding brings the head forward. Notice, just do that. When you start to round, the head kind of, and then you're looking at something. So what's happening is you're straining your neck and your shoulders, okay, with the weight of your head. So it's like you plopped 12 to 15 pounds on your neck, and then you tipped it forward. Okay, so for every inch, your head is off alignment, which is not on your shoulders. It's like putting 10 pounds of weight. And I see people walking around like this, and I just cringe because it's going to create huge issues over time. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it will create issues. So what do? We have to strengthen the muscles. We come into a neutral pelvis, so just feel your sit bones, feel your pelvis is in neutral, and then feel as if your spine, front and back, is lifting up and you're looking straight ahead. Feel your head on your shoulders, maybe do a couple, it feels so good. And just do this, like you're waking up in the morning, rowing a really slow boat, and you might hear these little crunchy, clacking, crackly movements and sounds. It's like little carrots, someone eating carrots, or celery, and it's just moving what's stuck, and move, and it feels so good. So this is how you want to be, okay? Now I'm going to turn back and face you. How are we doing? Thank you for joining me. A reminder, turn the volume up on your device. I'm trying to talk loud enough that you can hear me, and I hope you can see me. I put makeup on for you. And I'm so glad you're here. I want to just take a moment. Go ahead and sit comfortably and feel your alignment. Let your hands, just like we do when we see, either palms down or palms up. And you can connect the thumb and the forefinger. The forefinger comes just to the base of the thumbnail. The other three fingers are straight. And feel yourself holding yourself. Your alignment will hold you. So if you're struggling, just keep coming to center, finding that place where the pose holds you. And then close your eyes, and we're going to be here for a few minutes. And I apologize for looking at my smartphone so much, but I'm trying to keep track of the time. So while you're getting settled and just sitting and being and finding the breath, please breathe only through the nostrils and find that nice flow of the breath. I'm going to also go over 3-part breathing again. I want to thank you for being here and let you know how grateful I am that you are here. And thank you for those who have sent some support through PayPal. I really appreciate it. And these are challenging times for all of us. We're in the 3rd week here in California of lockdown, social distancing, whatever you want to call it, isolation, confinement. And I think we can focus on what we don't have at the moment. I see people concerned about getting a haircut, having enough toilet paper, but I would like us to, for the moment, while you sit quietly, to think of something you're grateful for. Just being here, breathing, you're safe. You have everything you need at the moment. You might be alone, but you're not alone because we're together. You might be with loved ones, and maybe you feel sad that you can't join them physically, but wow, we can now be grateful for the internet and social media to connect, virtually at least, in hopes that someday it won't have to be just virtual. So as we close our eyes and go deep into the breath, breathe in that gratitude. And not focusing on what we can't do or don't have, but what we do have and can do. So a reminder about the 3-part breathing. So when we're anxious or there's emotions and there's a lot of all that, we tend to kind of hold the breath, and we hold it up here. And then we go, we give a big sigh. We realize we've been holding our breath. So what I'd like you to do, you can either do it physically or just think it. Think of up here, the upper chest. You can place your hand if you like or not. And then the other day we placed the other hand just over the low belly, light touches. So the middle finger stretches right over your navel, and spread the fingers apart very softly and breathe. And breathe. So we want to feel the flow of the breath from the depths all the way up and back. If you inhale from the bottom up, you're feeling like you fill a glass of water. Fill it to the very, very, very top. Feel your lungs expand in all directions, and then empty slowly from the top and all the way down to the last drop. And find and continue in that rhythm and feel yourself being breathed. I remember the first time one of my wonderful teachers, because nothing I'm teaching you have I made up. I've learned it from my teachers, and I was so fortunate to have wonderful instruction. Feel like you're being breathed. Just like your breath is just moving and it filling those lungs. Remember, 3/4 of your lungs are in the back. And fill front and sides and back and up the back and down the low back and to the sides. Down into your limbs, out, and then release. Find a rhythm. Maybe it's a long 4 count in and out breath. Maybe it's a 5 count, whatever it is today, be with that. We'll be here for another, just a little bit. And bring in that gratitude. Think of something that you're very grateful for, thankful for. Maybe something you weren't aware of. Well, you were aware, but you didn't know how fortunate you were. Okay. And we can release any anxiety, fear with each breath. Okay, it's not going to relieve it permanently. We're human. But as you breathe, you can cycle it. Remember, we breathe, we eliminate, and we sweat. This is how we process our toxins. And the toxins are not just physical, they're mental and emotional. Okay, so deep breaths. And don't let you might feel yourself sort of slumping, and then lengthen, lift up through the rib cage and relax the shoulders. Now let's bring the hands to the heart, please. And we're going to Om. And you can Om, if there's other people in the house, you can Om silently, or you can Om out loud. So the chant resonates from all the way up the spinal cord. Okay, like sound, okay, resonates in our whole being. So you can chant with me, silently or out loud. Let's inhale. As we lower our gaze, let us send love, light, and healing to heart center, our own, our loved ones, everyone, everywhere. Okay, let's get started. So let's just start by waking up our right ankle. Draw circles. So we do this on our back sometimes. And you can do this if you're sitting at a desk. You can even do it at the dinner table. And sometimes we might feel like something's falling. So just make some circles, draw circles with your big toe, just 5 or 6 each direction. We want to keep that range of motion and flexibility in our feet, our toes. Our feet are so important. And then you're going to flex and extend, flex and extend. And there's no hurry. Breathe and breathe. And use the breath with the movement. Breath and movement. That's hatha yoga. Okay, good. And then the other side. And just make big circles, big circles. Now, my left isn't as cooperative because I'm right-handed, but that's okay. Do it anyway. And if you've ever had sprained ankles, yes, or stubbed or broken something, you really need to do this to strengthen and keep that flexibility and range of motion. So just 5 or 6 each direction, and then flex and point, breathe, and breathe. You can do this anytime, anytime. If you're sitting a lot, just take the moment. You don't have to do all this in an hour and a half at one stretch. Just do little things all the time. Good. And release. Okay? Now let's take the arms out. Let them float out to your sides. Oh, I'm a little stiff today. And then roll the palms up. As you turn the palms up, the shoulders move down, but no slumping. Remember, you want to lengthen across. And as you bring your arms overhead, keep the shoulders soft. Lift that rib cage. Lift up. Breathe. So we're going to take an inhale. And we're going to go over to the side. Go to your right. And you can hold on to the chair. If you have an arm, hold on with your right hand. And then with your left hand, I'm going to try and mirror you, even though you're not here. And then gently extend. Oh, breathe. Keep your bottom on the chair. Breathe. Keep your arm where you think it's alongside your ear. Breathe. Little side stretches. And then up we come on. Inhale. And let's do the other side. So we hold on and over we go. So when you do this on your own, try for 5 breaths. Just 5 nice deep breaths. Okay, if you're consistent, it's fine. If you want to do more, do more. One side might need a little more attention. That's okay. Keep your feet flat on the floor. Otherwise, you're going to strain something. That's your grounding. Good. And up you come and across. Okay, now we're going to do a seated twist. Now, nice long spine. Take an inhale and then start to turn toward your left. So I'm going to start to turn. You can hold on to the chair, or put your hand on your hip, and your other hand can sit or come across. Anchor those feet. Don't let your knees splay apart. Inhale, do nothing. Exhale, just start to turn just a little. Turn from your center. Inhale, wait. Exhale, turn. Just a little. Inhale, wait. Lift and gently turn. So for me, that's it today. But I can still look over my shoulder a little more. Don't force it. If you feel you're starting to clench or the breath starting to shift, you've gone too far. Ease off. There's no brownie points for going too far in yoga. Okay, it's actually counterproductive. So just ease, go as deep for you, and then ease back. Again, if you do these on your own, hold each, once you get there, hold each pose for about 5 breaths. Okay, let's do the other side. Inhaling, you start to turn, wait, and it's a lift, and again on an exhale. Maybe there's a little more, maybe not. You can hold the chair, your leg, keep your feet grounded, knees over your heels, and then you just start to look over your shoulder. I'm looking at this nice little plant. It's actually a money plant. And when you're ready, come back. Okay? So, low back issues, they often say, oh, your core is weak. Your core is weak. You need to do more core. So when I first heard this before I got into yoga, I thought, oh, you're not going to get me doing sit-ups. I'm not going to do that. I don't go to the gym. I don't want to do that. So when I found yoga, it was magic for me. And when I found teachers who taught me proper breathing, it was a revelation. And I want to teach you proper breathing because every time you breathe, you can engage and strengthen your core. Okay, so the core is around here. These are the muscles. So as you exhale, whenever you exhale, I want you to consider, because we exhale, your navel kind of moves in as you exhale and up a little. And then you inhale. Feel it going in. And as you exhale, every exhale, feel gently but persistent move in and just slightly up. And this engages very gently these muscles. And then inhale. It's like a bellows. And then exhale, in and up. And whenever we move, I'm saying inhale, exhale, and so forth. So whenever you're exhaling, okay, you are supporting everything with your core, okay? All right, now we're going to do another twist. If you have arms on the chair, this isn't going to work. Okay, so just do the one we just did one more time. But if you don't have arms, what you can do is you tip your toe over to one side. And if you're on a bench, you can do this too. Reposition your legs. Remember, knees over heels, feet flat on the floor. Sit nice and tall. And we're going to turn toward the back of the chair. So I want you to inhale. And as you exhale, just start to turn toward the back of the chair. If you can, do what you can. Inhale. And you can sort of hold the chair, maybe, any way you can, with your hands gently. And use that, you might be pressing gently against the chair with your left, gently toward you with the right. And just kind of support a little deeper twist toward the back of the chair. Your whole upper body turns. Okay, when you get there, hold for 5, please. Again, you can look over your shoulder. Keep your feet really firmly planted. I'm feeling this. It feels really good. I'm hearing things crack and pop. It feels great. Good. And when you're done, just come back on an inhale and wait. So, we do a lot of twisting within some of our standing poses. So this is all part of the same process. Now, if you have anything that's compressed or herniated or whatever, please be mindful and do barely little twists, okay? In between our vertebrae, these little cushy things, and we're going to do the other side. I'm going to keep talking because, and they're called intervertebral discs, and I liken them to like a jelly donut, which sounds pretty good right now, actually. So a jelly donut has this filling inside, so when you squeeze it or bite into it, the jelly might squirt out. Your intervertebral discs are like that, and you want that to not be squirting out. And too much compression is going to squirt out, and there's going to be pain. Okay, we don't want that. So when you get to the other side, feet flat, great alignment, take a nice inhale, and then just start to gently turn toward the back of your chair with your exhale. And keep going till you're at your edge. I'm going to wait for you. When you get there, look over the shoulder again, whatever you're looking at in your home or office. And then 5 nice deep breaths. Make sure you're still feeling that expansion and release. Expansion and contraction. And after 5, you're going to come back and we'll come back together again. Okay, this one we're going to do leg cradle sitting. Okay, make sure you're toward the front edge of your chair, and do what you can. Now you may want support under your feet if your hips are tight. I'm going to put this under, or you can use 2 blocks. Blocks are great. Whatever you have. Okay, so you're going to take your right ankle, shin over your left thigh. Okay, so get whatever you need to do that. So a lot of times people sit like this, right? Okay, so knee over heel on this leg. Flex your right foot. Don't press on your leg. Don't push on your knee. Leave your knees alone, okay? Your knee is the weakest joint in the body. Hold on to your chair. Hold on to your seat. Take an inhale. And you're going to start to do a little bit of a dog tilt. What does that mean? Remember, you're tipping the bowl of the pelvis forward. Just a little. Inhale, wait, ease off a little. Exhale, maybe a little more. I'm already feeling it, okay? I'm a little tight in the hips. You're going to feel it in your right glute, in that piriformis. When we're lying down, it would be the same thing, except you would have this leg coming toward you. This is very safe. Inhale, do nothing. Exhale, maybe just lean forward just a little and breathe. Once you feel that hot spot, that feedback, wait and breathe. See if you can kind of let it release a little. If not, just stay there another 5 breaths or so. And you want to flex your foot carefully. So we want to protect the knee, always. Good, okay, and this is really good. Of course, no one's flying right now, but on airplanes, when I fly, because I go to, as you know, across the pond a lot, this is a great way to relieve the tight hips. And you can do it in your seat, mostly in your own little space, and your head might be at the back of the other seat, but that's okay. And then let's change, and let's do the other side. This side's really stiff. Okay, so I'm just going to gently hold on to the chair. Don't push into it, please. Inhale to nothing, and just lean forward. Wait. So wherever you are today, it's fine. It's great. If you practice more often, you'll get more results. But whatever you can do is great, okay? It really is. And if you have questions, you can email me. You can message me. I prefer emails. victoria.lifestyleyoga@gmail. Okay? It's on there on the Facebook page and in my emails. Breathe. And this is about it for me today. It's fine. And I'm going to release and up and come up. So I've gotten into the hips. I want to do a little more in the shoulders. So if you have a strap, we do this standing quite a bit, but you can do it also. Let me see. Yeah, okay. If you have a strap or something, a belt, a tie from your robe, an old tie. Does anyone have a tie anymore? Take it between your thumb and index finger. You can also do this standing. Okay, those of you who have done this before, you can do it standing. We're going to do a gentle version. Now, there's a tendency to do this, And I don't want you to do that. I want you to extend out like so. So about a little wider than your shoulders, okay? And a straight line out to the middle finger. Just hold the strap or whatever you're holding very gently. Now, as you inhale, you're going to bring the arms overhead, or do what you can do. Keep the shoulders down, lift that rib cage. And as you exhale, just start to bring it behind you. Now, you're going to let the strap slide between your fingers. Just come about there. Yeah. Oh, do you feel that? And then inhale, reach back and over. You might mess your hair up. That's okay. And then exhale forward. About shoulder height, that's fine. Then pick up the slack. That's why we want something maybe 6 feet or wider. Okay, and go again. So as we inhale, we kind of reach forward and up, keep the shoulders down, reach. As you exhale, just come about shoulder height and stretch the arms apart. Oh, it feels really good. Breathe. And then inhale, reach back and up, and exhale forward. Good. Pick up the slack and do it again. So do 3 more like that, okay? So remember, don't bend the wrists, okay? And don't bend the elbows. So if you feel yourself starting to bend, stop. That's your edge, okay? We don't want to break the rhythm, the energy moving out, out, out to the very tips of your fingers, okay? I'm going to show you a side view while you continue. Because then we're going to do cat dog sitting down. Then we're going to get on the floor or standing. Okay, so notice I'm not slumping. I'm going to reach out. As I bring the arms up, I keep the shoulders down. And I'm going to come back. Don't bend anything. And just to here. Don't bend, nothing fancy. And inhale back and up and over and forward. Okay, are you done? This is a great thing to do on your own as well, okay? Even a few times a day. And shoulder rolls. Just, it feels so good. You don't need to do the forward ones. We know how to slump. We want to open up across the wings of the collarbone. Okay, cat dog. Remember cat dog on hands and knees? Well, sometimes our wrists bother us. Some of you I know have arthritis, or I've had carpal, or maybe some surgery. So being on your all fours isn't very comfortable. You can do cat dog sitting down. Okay, feet flat, knees over. So as I inhale, I'm going to do a cat tilt. So my tailbone, I'm going to start to round. As I exhale, I go into a dog tilt. My tailbone's going to lift, and up I come. Inhaling, around a little, and exhale. It's still, everything initiates from the base, the tailbone. Inhale, the tailbone starts to roll back. Everything gently opens up. Breathe across your back. And exhale, the tailbone lifts up, forward, and the dog. So you can do this on your own. Inhale and exhale. Use the feet firmly planted. And continue for about 3 or 4 more rounds, okay? This moves the fluid. This is about the vitality of the spine, okay? We want that. And again, if you're sitting, wherever you're sitting, at an office or a chair, if you're working from home, a lot of you I know are working from home, just take a few minutes, a few minutes every hour. I know we have to think about it. I'm guilty sometimes myself, but do what you can. Okay, and when you're done, we're going to stand up. Get your feet planted. Use your legs. Up we go. Use your legs to come up. Okay, great. I'm going to move the chair out of the way. Oh, No, I'm not. I'm going to show you one more thing. I want to show you one more way to use a chair. Well, there's a lot of ways to use a chair, okay? If you don't have a chair for this, you can use a counter or a dresser, or you can do this while you're waiting for the coffee to brew, the water for your tea to boil. So often we do lunges, high lunges. Sorry, let's get that out of the way. Okay. But it can be difficult because we don't know where to put getting our hands down to the floor, even with blocks. Chair is perfect. And when I'm traveling, I get sort of tight, I use a counter of some sort, okay, or a desk to do lunges and down dog. How do we do it? Put your hands on the front edge of the chair, spread your fingers apart, middle finger straight ahead, bring your right foot forward so you can barely see it under the chair, step back on the left, so your knee is just behind your heel, you're using the chair for support. This feels great. High lunge, high lunge. Don't push into the knee, stay in your center, in your core, breathe. Breathe deep and look forward. Look over past the top of the chair so your head isn't dragging. And notice where you feel the stretch, okay? It might be in the calf, the back hamstrings, it might be a little bit in the quads, but nothing in the knee, please. Breathe. Again, about 5 nice deep breaths here. High lunge. You can also do this at the wall. If you have a wall, okay? We do it in class at the wall sometimes. Be creative. Find a way to just do it. Okay, and we're going to change sides. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to step back. You can step forward and bring the left foot forward into a high lunge on the left. Again, my knee is just behind my heel. I can't see my toes, they're under the chair. I have strong arms. This feels great. Feels really great on the right, on the psoas. Feels great on the hamstrings. Breathe, look out. And then we're coming to a standing forward bend. So bring my foot and push off. Up you go. Come up very slowly, and up we are. Up we go. Okay? Let me fix this just a little so my head isn't chopped off. Okay, I hope that works. Okay, great. Okay, now when we do this in class, we have the back feet of the chair against the wall. But I have mine on a mat, so it won't go anywhere. But be very mindful of this one. I'm going to show you how to do a little bit of a down dog even, a modified down dog using the chair. So I'm putting my hands on the edge. I'm going to step back on the right. I'm going to do a little down dog. And then my left. And I'm just going to stretch. Just a little. It feels good. And I'm going to bicycle the legs. And you don't want to dump into the low back. You want to lift onto the underarm, into the rib cage, into this hip crease. Okay? So that you're extending. Feels good. And just bicycle the legs a little and get that nice movement. This is great to do. You can do a little plank and back and a modified plank, okay, and back and a modified plank. You can hold maybe. You hold, breathe, breathe. Breathe into the core. Remember, your core is supporting you. Exhale, lift that navel up and toward the spine. Good. And back to dog, little dog. And then we're going to tippy toe forward. Be careful. Always have your footing. And we're going to come up with big, wide, open, and hands to the heart. Great. Okay. Now I am going to move the chair. Okay? And I'd love your feedback about that, okay? So feel free to email me, message me. Let me know how that works for you. Let me know if you try it on your own, even if you just do a few things. Sometimes you don't remember, but But you know, once you sit and just start breathing and doing something, your body remembers. You don't have to mentally file everything. Okay, so now we're going to do half sun salutes, and then we're going to do a full sun salute and a few standing poses. I'm going to check the time. Perfect. So we're about halfway through. So even if you only did that, and you could do all of that in like 20 minutes, it's perfect. Just do something every day. All right. So half sun salutes. Do you remember? I'm going to fix the hair. Okay, I'll walk you through it. And I want you to continue on your own. Okay, so mountain pose. And remember, you want to feel the alignment, neutral pelvis, shoulders over hips, hips over heels or ankles, your head on your shoulders. Okay, so feel this lengthening of the front and the back spine, the anterior and posterior, okay? And let's bring the hands to the heart. So I'm going to get you going at like a 4-count breath, but you continue or start, if you've done this before, with whatever rhythm works for you. If you're really feeling you want to go slower, and if you can. If you want to ramp it up, you can go with like a 3-count breath. Okay. Take an exhale together, so we'll start together, and I'm going to let you go for it. On an inhale, as you forward fold, dog tilt, fold, touch something. Half forward fold, Ardha Uttanasana, breathe. Exhale, fold. Your inhale, up we go. And again. Okay, so your inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive over. Inhale, open like a book. Exhale, close the book. Inhale, come from the soles of your feet up and to the heart. Continue your inhale, your exhale over. Open, and we fold, and up we come. I want you to continue for a few more rounds, okay? I will cue you, just continue on your own. Eyes open or closed. If you're a little tight or stiff, please bend your knees. We don't want to lock your knees. And up you go. And continue on your own. This is such a wonderful flow. We call it a vinyasa, with the movement and the breath are continuous, okay? And it becomes meditative. When we stay in our body with the breath, the mind follows along. So we aren't hopefully distracted, okay, by all the mental chatter that's going on. And there's so much right now. There's so much. If it comes up, just come back to the breath and keep moving, okay? Okay, one more round, wherever you are. And when you finish the next round, if you have blocks, great. If you don't, it's okay, all right? It's an option. We're going to do a full sun salute together. So in Sanskrit, it's called Surya Namaskar. Surya is sun, Namaskar is to salute. Namaste comes from Namaskar. So again, it's a very specific sequence of asana, postures, poses, strung together. And it's wonderful because you get a little bit of everything from a yoga practice, okay? So do what you can. And as I go, I'll do the first round, and I'll show you modifications, and then if you do the second one, I'll cue you. If you know it, just go for it, both sides. Your inhale, arms overhead. Just like half sun salute, swan dive over, half, and fold. Get your hands down on the mat. If you can't touch the mat, you can use blocks. Step back on the right. Inhale back into a lunge. Yes, a lunge. And your exhale, down dog. Exhale, up and back we go. Plank. And then lower the knees. 8-point pose. The elbows hug and we lower the chest and chin. And we inhale into a cobra. Strong legs. You can use your forearms or come up. It's a cat tilt. And then back we go. Exhale, down dog. So we're going to step forward on the right, push off, bring that foot up as far as you can, then walk it up, wiggle it up, and then up we go. When you're ready, big inhale, back to the beginning. So now the left side is the same thing on the left, okay? I'm going to do it with you, but again, if you know it, go ahead and do it on your own. I'll cue you briefly, and I'll show you a few modifications. Arms overhead, big inhales. Swan dive. Avoid chairs. Inhale, left foot steps back. Get your hands down as best you can. As you exhale, you go into down dog. The exhale supports the core and your low back. Back you go. Into a plank. If plank is difficult, just lower the knees. If coming down on the chest and chin is a little challenging, you can just do like so. Okay? And come back up and back to a down dog. Stepping forward can be challenging. Bring your feet up a little bit. Push off. Look where you want your foot to end up and lift up and start. Wait. Keep going till it's there. Wait. Push off. And then come up. And to the heart. So watch out for chairs. So have a clear space. How'd you do? I encourage you to do a sun salute on each side every day or more. I'm doing a lot more now. I was. That's the first of the year I started doing 10 a day, 10 rounds, and now I'm up to 20 to 25. It's wonderful. It's great for everything in your body. Okay, let's do a few standing poses together. Okay, so mountain pose is where we start. Take a moment. Okay, just take a moment. Kind of get into your legs, into your center. I like my hands on my hips. It's kind of that Wonder Woman, Superman thing. Okay, it kind of reminds me to not do this. Come up. Okay. Breathe. Good. So, looking into the horizon, just step what you think is a leg length. Okay. Resist the urge to look down. Once you're there, you can look down. Okay. Did it. Okay. So you're going to pivot to your right, turning on the heels. Turn on one heel and the other. Doesn't matter if it's the right or the left first. You do one at a time. This protects the knees. My knees are still tracking over my second toe. They're still in alignment, even though I'm at this angle. So my hips are kind of at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to sort of twist back and let the arms stretch apart. We're going into triangle. What was your first hint? The triangle of my legs, probably. So I'm going to extend from here, the hip crease. I'm just going to gently reach forward, look over your right middle finger like you're going to touch something, but not overly. And follow your hand till it sits lightly on your leg. Don't push into the knee. Don't hyperextend. Just sit lightly. If you can't get this far, come to the thigh. It's fine. And then turning to your left, the left arm comes up. You don't want your right hip to pop out. You want to be in alignment over the right leg. You can look down or to the side. You should see your left thumb in your peripheral vision. Let's take a few more breaths here. It's a twist, so my torso is turning toward the left, turning from here, not from the shoulders, okay? And up I go. And now we're going to do the other side. So if your arms are tired, put your hands on your hips. Pivot, one foot, the other. Make sure the back foot turns in 45 degrees. Turn, let the arms stretch apart. And when you're ready, stretch gently forward. Reach from the hip crease so we keep this side open. Follow your hand to your leg. And then you're going to twist from the rib cage, from the center. Okay, just like we did in the chair. And to your right, look how my arms are in a line. Okay, not turning from the shoulders. We know how to stress our shoulders. Okay, this is to unlearn. Breathe. Good, about 5 breaths. How are you doing? And when you're ready, use your inhale to come up, turn, put your hands on your hips, and we're going to go back to the other side again. So there's a lot of ways to do these little flow of postures. I like to mix it up and do different things. There are practices where they do the same thing every single time. We do the same poses, but in different ways. We come at different ways, okay? So, walk your foot a little longer. It's a little longer stance. We're going to do warrior 2. Okay? Back foot turned forward. My hips in neutral. Put your hands under your low ribs. Right. Here's your belly button. Right here. Hold your rib cage gently like a basket. So when you bend your knee, you don't collapse or fall forward. Stay elegant. That's it. And then let the arms float apart. Such a lovely pose, isn't it? Oh, it's wonderful. And then you gaze over your right middle finger. So the warrior is always in his center, her center. Always grounded. This is the past. This is the future. But we're present. And boy, are we being reminded now, aren't we? Past life, future life, but here we are. Okay? So be there. Breathe. And we're going to do side angle. Okay? So we're going to bend the elbow. I'm going to lengthen and offer it forward until it rests on my right thigh. And that connection will turn me to the left. And then we're just going to open up with the left arm. Feel the strength in the back leg as you extend the whole side, the flank. Breathe. Don't let yourself collapse. It's very tempting. If you're getting a little tired, it's tempting to kind of relax, but let's not. And then up we go. Straighten, pivot. Okay, we're going to turn to the other side. Turn on your heels. Take your time. So when we always follow the same instruction or way of doing something, our body, that's what it learns. And then we build on that. There's nothing new about the poses. You'll see them done slightly differently maybe. But the idea is to go deep. Go deep. So the knee is over the heel, and I'm upright in my center, and then I'm going to touch the past and the future, but I'm here. And it's about being the spiritual warrior, not a physical warrior. And we gaze into the horizon. Again, if your arms are tired, just put your hands on your hips. Try not to squeeze and stress. Let them float apart. And then we're going to go a little further with side angle and open up. It's called in Sanskrit Parshvakonasana, side angle pose, the flank. Okay, breathe deep, stay strong in both legs. Doesn't it feel great? You know, if you do yoga, you won't shrink. It's true. It's great for osteo, for preventing, it's great for the bone cells, all your cells. Come up, use this muscle. Okay, and straighten, pivot, and here we go. Safely back to where we started. Let your arms rest. Close your eyes. Okay? Just take a minute. Just be. Hear your breath. Feel your breath. I'm going to take a peek. See who's with me today. Hi, Marna, Maria, and Elaine. Oh, people from Italy. Oh, hello. And Susan and Bob. And it's so lovely to see you. Thank you. That's the beauty of this video. You can join me whatever your time zone, and you can watch it again and again at your leisure, and just take what you can. Yoga is so great. Okay, it's a lifesaver, really. Okay, how you doing? Okay, so we have a little time left. So let's do a balance. Okay, so I like to have walls available for my students who do balance. And guess what? No walls. This wall doesn't really work. It's too close to a door and so forth. So at home, there's other ways to do it. So I'm going to use a chair. I'm going to use a chair. If you have a chair or a counter, I'm going to show you how you can do half moon with a chair. Now, I want you to be very mindful in this. If you're a beginner, you may find a point where that's enough. It's okay. This is how we learn. You know, no one goes out and becomes the Tiger Woods the first time they play golf, okay, or the second or the third. You have to start where you are, okay, but we want to start properly. And it's all about alignment and safety and just doing what you can and knowing your limits. You'll learn your limits in yoga, okay? And I'll share a story with you sometime when I was just learning. And I was going to these classes with a wonderful teacher in Scottsdale. And I was doing like a level 1. And then she said, I think you're ready for the next class. And so I went with these other students the next level. And oh my God, it was so humbling. It was so humbling. It's like I was doing a balance. I was hopping around in my balance, and they were just like, all there. And I just had to kind of laugh because that's how I learned. So there's a lot of things that at this point, and even back then, I decided weren't for me. But whatever's for you, just practice it. I'm here to support you. So half moon is great if you have a wall. You can do it. I don't have a wall, but I can show you a version with a chair. So here's what we're going to do. You bring your hands onto the chair. Step your right foot forward about in the middle, in between the two legs. Step back, just not, maybe if you're going to like to do a triangle. Okay? So I'm going to bring my right hand right in the middle of the chair. Solid. And my shoulder's about over my wrists. And then I'm going to put my left hand on my wrist. I'm going to start to straighten my right leg, and my left leg comes up. Now the chair, I'm going to look straight down, lift that left leg up behind you, turn the foot forward, breathe. Strong arm. Can you see me? Okay, I looked at you and then I lost my balance. So then when you're ready, bring your left foot down and wait. Okay? It's okay if you kind of fell out of it. No worries. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. You'll see me from the back. Left hand in the center. Right hand on the hip. This is just a beginning. If you have a wall, you can do it with a wall. It's much better, but this is okay. Okay, step back on the right just a little. Bend the left. As you straighten the left leg, lift the right leg. And turn it out. Lift up. Breathe. Breathe. Lift. When you're ready to come down, bring down the right hip into a forward bend. And up you go. Up, up, up. And up you go. Okay? Okay. Now, you can even do tree pose. It's great with a wall. Some of you don't need a wall. So if you know a tree pose, I want you to do tree pose on both sides. Let me check the time. Perfect. Okay, we're about an hour in, so it's the perfect time to do our balance poses. So tree pose, if I had a wall, I'm going to try and use the chair as a wall. Okay, as I come on my first standing leg is my right and turn out, I would want something to support this leg. Okay, if there was a wall, my knee would be against the wall. But you can use a chair, or the back of the chair maybe. So your right, when you're doing this side, the right foot sits on the inner calf, or that's not available, just the ankle. We did this the other day, the ankle or the calf. If you've been practicing for a while and you're more limber, you can do the inner thigh. This is more advanced. You don't put your foot on your knee. You don't put your foot on your knee. Repeat after me. I will not put my foot on my knee, because when you push into it, the knee isn't meant to go this way. It only goes this way. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. I'm using the chair to kind of support me so I don't collapse. Okay, and then you create a prayer with your foot and your inner leg and with your hands. So the pressure brings you into your center. And breathe. About 5 breaths. If you have the leg up with the chair, that's okay. And then the tree lifts its limbs to the light. Okay, breathe. Shoulders melt, but lift the rib cage. Breathe. And then we bring the light to our heart. Okay. After 5, you bring the knee forward and back. Wait. You'll feel your body recalibrating. You'll feel the left leg saying, oh wow, I worked hard. You'll feel the right leg doing, your body's seeking balance and recalibrating. But also when you balance, you're sending messages to the bone cells saying, you need to work, you need more. And it's very, very strengthening. Plus balance becomes an issue. I don't like to say with age, but it does become a concern, okay? And I think my take on it is it's from not being grounded and not practicing being grounded and practicing just simple balances and alignment, okay? So I'm gonna let you do the other side on your own. You can do it with or without a wall or a chair or support, okay? So just remember, bring the knee up and then turn it out to the side, using something to support. If a wall is great, or nothing. Check your hips, and then bringing the hands together. Feel the pressure, bringing you into your center. If you collapse, come back where you were and continue. Okay, if you lose your balance, come back where you are and continue. You want to give that message to your body to finish the way you want to finish, not giving up. Okay, about 5 breaths, and then raise the limbs. If your hands come closer to each other, it's fine, just don't bend the elbows. Some of this is anatomical, okay? So the hands might come together in a prayer overhead, okay? If they don't, it's okay. It's just a direction. It's not a destination. And then we do bring it back to our heart. And then forward and back. And let the arms rest. So you're going to feel your legs, your body kind of responding. Maybe the breath became a little irregular. That's okay. Just take a moment. Give your nervous system the opportunity to catch up with you. this. We get ahead of ourselves. Okay. So I'm going to take us down to the floor, but if it isn't an option, you can come back onto the chair. Okay? That's another way to get on the floor, by the way. Let me show you. So say you want to come down, use a chair. So you can come down, you can lower and lower, and then put the chair to the side, so when you want to get up, because we're going to lie down, and then when you come up, and you want to get up off the floor, sometimes that's awkward, you can use the chair, and use the muscles of the legs, the core, to support, okay? So you can do it either way, with or without a chair. Okay, so in either case, we're going to come down and we're going to lie down. So I'm going to just adjust this just a little. Are you ready to lie down? I bet you are. So have anything you might use for relaxation. So if you have a bolster, you see my bolster, they're wonderful, or blankets, or blankets. If you think you're going to get cool down, you don't want to cool down in Shavasana, put your socks on later, have a blanket nearby, and you can cover yourself up, okay? All right. First of all, let's get down there. So again, if you need the chair, use the chair, okay? The rest of us, we'll start just arms up overhead and forward bend. And we're going to step back on the left or the right. And back into one more down dog. And then just lower the knees. And sit back. And stretch your legs out in front of you. Okay, wiggle your toes. And I'm going to have a blanket. If you need support under your neck, you can use a little bit of a blanket, or towels work. I didn't mention that in the beginning. Towels work great too. Whatever you've got, you'd be surprised, okay? You don't need fancy props, okay? We can get hung up on that, thinking we have to have the right prop to do the things correctly, but that's not really the case, okay? So, if you have a block, I'd like you to have a block. What you do is support. If you don't, you can use blankets underneath you, or towels, or something firm. Okay? We're going to do a supported bridge once we get down there. But first, we're going to lie down. And be careful how you lie down. As you lie down, you exhale. Feel your core hug, so you're not straining your back. Gently come back. Oh, isn't that wonderful? So now, your first impulse will be to just roll around. It feels great. Have you ever watched animals do this, especially dogs? How their legs fly from side to side, and they roll around, and they just flop their ears, and even cats do this sometimes. They just love to take those deep stretches and roll around. It's wonderful. And then when you come back to the center, let's just stretch out the left leg gently. You can just rest your hands holding the right shin, the knee, or the back of the thigh. Keep your shoulders relaxed. See how my shoulders aren't pulling up? My right foot's gently flexed. My left leg is lengthening, and really just let your low back relax. So if you do find yourself with sore back or tense, this is a great stretch. Okay, it's a great counter stretch. Just breathe into it. Inhale and breathe deep. Exhale. Feel your navel hug the spine. Feel your spine reach for the earth. And just breathe. Ah, yes. Oh, good. Okay, and let's do the other side. So bring in the left. Inhale. Out goes the right. Same thing. Hold it wherever you can without pulling. Notice. Just be. Just receive. Great. So you can do this as long as you want. Okay, at least 5 breaths, maybe 8. Say one side feels a little tighter or stiff. Give it a little more time. Good. And lower, keep the knee bent and bending the right knee. So if you have a block or something about 4 inches high, firm, it can be blankets, something, maybe a book. Books are a little hard, but I like the foam. And we're going to put it under our hips. So you lift your hips up, knees over, and you do a cat tilt. So tailbone lifts up toward your knees because it's a back bend, okay? And then I'm going to put the block right above my tailbone, below my waist. And it's called the sacrum. Let me show you. So the sacrum is like a heart or triangle. It sits in the pelvis, and it connects with the. I just had a brain blip. Anyway, it gets in or out of alignment, sits in there. They call it the sacred sacrum. When you find the sweet spot, you're gonna be comfortable, okay? And the sweet spot is here, not here. So it's right here, above the tailbone, below the waist. You can turn either way. I like it this way. Okay? And why is it a cat tilt? Because it's a back bend. We do cat tilts for back bends, and we do dog tilts for forward bends. So the pelvis is the director for the spine. Okay? And we always want the spine at its full extension and no compression. Okay? So once you get something under there, this is called a supported bridge. So think of a bridge, and the bridge is here. Your knees feel like they're tracking over your heels. And once you're like this, don't turn your head like I am because you're putting pressure on the neck, on the skull. So don't turn your head. Look straight up or sort of down toward your heart. Let your arms relax and just be. If you're feeling any pinching or compression in your low back, lift up, just move the block, maybe just a little tiny, or whatever, a little tiny bit, and then try again, and then feel underneath this curve of the low back, okay? You should be able to get your hands very easily underneath there, and then the shoulders relax. So to keep the low back and everything strong and in balance, we need to do forward bends and low back bends, but supported and proper. So just breathe into this. And on your own, you can hang out here as long as you want. You know, it's just you have to breathe into it and relax. You stay there. I'm going to come out. Okay, so it's called a supported bridge. And some of you, if you have been doing this well, you can turn the block or whatever, you can go a little higher. Okay, and then that opens up even more. Okay, so a lot of times people hear the word back bend and they start to cringe. I know I was always very afraid of back bends because when we go backwards, we don't see where we're going, and there's a little fear factor on that. Okay, so stay there a little longer. Try not to fall asleep. Not yet. Okay, good. So coming out of this is very important. So what I want you to do, you lift your hips up off of the block, and can you hold up off the block for a few breaths? Just go a little higher. Make sure your knees feel like they're right over your heels. Don't let your knees flop apart. Okay? And then slide the block out from underneath. And when you lower, feel like you're lowering one vertebra at a time from the neck down. So it's like this rolling, lengthening movement, like a chain or a strand of pearls, one at a time. So we always are maintaining that spaciousness. And when the hips come down, go ahead and give yourself a big hug again. So you might want to hold your knees, backs of your thighs. You can roll around. You can make big circles. And clockwise, counterclockwise. You can even do like you're swimming, pushing out and apart. Your hips love this. Or in and big circles apart. Just play with it. Play with it and breathe. Play with it and breathe. And breathe. Okay? We're going to do a finishing twist. Okay? So you have a choice. Two versions of the twist and doing both sides. So just the basics, your arms stretch apart, no higher than your shoulders, please, just a little lower. With your knees bent, lift your hips to the right edge of your mat, just your hips. So just bring your hips, keep your shoulders where they are, and boom, the hips go to the right. Let's do this version together. Straighten your left leg, and it's right down the middle of your mat. Because when you move your hips to the right and then you straighten the leg, it brings you into alignment. And we need that for a twist. Bring your right foot on top somewhere, the shin. It can be on your knee in this case, or your thigh. And then gently bring the knee across to your left. Make sure your right shoulder does not come off the mat. So, there's this tendency to go too far and then start rolling over. No, that's a no-no. Come back. Pin your right shoulder blade to the mat and then twist away from that point. It doesn't matter how far you twist. What's important is how you twist. Okay? And you're right. This is your safety valve, keeping that shoulder down so you don't hyperextend it or hyperextend something is what's important. Breathe. So I'd say at least 8 nice, deep, full breaths. And on your own, you can do as much as you want. The straight leg turns on to the baby toe side. If there's more, you can lift and look over your right shoulder. If it hurts your neck, don't do it. Okay? To come back, come back to center, bend the knees, lift the hips all the way to the left, way over. Straighten the right leg, left foot on top, and then gently come over. Without this shoulder, you don't let it come up. You stay nice and wide open across the collarbone. Breathe. Feel yourself breathe right into the heart side, the whole left edge. Just notice your breath. If it starts to become restricted or tight, you've gone too far. Okay? Listen to your own mechanisms, your own warning. Good. I just love that so many of you out there. Thank you. 8 nice deep breaths, 8 to 12. You finish on your own, please. And when you do, come back to center, bring your hips to center, give yourself a big hug. I think a lot of us who live alone aren't getting many hugs these days, okay? So give yourself a big hug. Thank yourself for bringing yourself here with us. And I thank you. And now, Shavasana, relaxation. Oh boy. So, have support. You can have a bolster if you have it under your knees. It's wonderful. If you have any kind of low back stuff, put something under your knees. It can be blankets, you can roll it, towels, a bolster, cushions, pillows. I forgot my pillow today. But have something under your knees. Be careful as you come back. Oh, and stretch out. Oh, stretch out your left leg. And let it go. Stretch out your right. Let it go. Let your whole body find its alignment. Let the arms stretch apart. And then let it go. Take an inhale and breathe out. Exhale. Take another inhale and then let it go. Just melt into the floor. Close your eyes. Let your thoughts melt away. And let your whole physical being relax. Shavasana should be 5 to 10, it really should be 10 minutes after this kind of practice. If you do a little practice on your own, take at least a few minutes to just before you jump up and start vacuuming or shopping and doing what you do, just to relax in Shavasana. This is when our body absorbs and integrates on very deep levels everything you've done. You don't have to remember. There's nothing to do. My one teacher used to say, we don't do yoga to do, we do it to undo. So while you undo and relax, I'm going to prepare for when you come out. So please take this time to be. sound and vibration of the chime. Gently bring you back. Sometimes we go into a half sleep, maybe a sleep. That's good. Shavasana is a great way to go to sleep. That means you needed it. Your body needed it. And if you're still here, just take a nice deep breath. Maybe stretch a little. Oh, it feels good to sort of wake up, wiggle those fingers and toes. Feel the gift of movement and life. And gently segue back. And as you're ready, bend your knees and turn onto your right side in like a fetal position. You can use your pillow or arm as a pillow, eyes closed. And I'm going to share, as I always do, at the end of my classes, from one of my very favorite poets, Hafez. And last Thursday, I made a photo of the book cover and of the reading that I did. And I'll do that again because they're so beautiful and I love them. So today, this is called It Felt Love. How did the rose ever open its heart and give to this world all its beauty? It felt the encouragement of light against its being. Otherwise, we all remain too frightened. So gently bring yourself up into a comfortable position, maybe on a chair or on a blanket, and we'll recite the Namaste invocation together. I also posted this on my page. You can just say what you remember and join in. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of peace, of light, and of truth. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Om Shanti. Peace to you. Have a wonderful rest of the day. I hope to see you on Thursday. This is recorded and it'll be up on my Facebook page. And it doesn't take them very long. You're welcome to look at it again. Thank you. I see little hearts. Thank you. And, review maybe just the parts that maybe seemed a little new. Okay, if you have questions, you can certainly contact me. And just remember, it is a path. There's no place to go with yoga. Okay, there's no perfect anything. What's important is that it benefits you, reap the benefits for you. Okay, thank you. I'll see you soon. Okay, have a beautiful day. I miss all of you.